Well, this is terrific from Kakutamane, because when it gets out to him, he knows what he wants to do, and he's setting up Jimenez there and just drags him back to the right foot. He always wants the right. He hits it low, he hits it hard. It's right at room, but it's a good save. He's strong at his near post with two hands to palm that one away.
Mane, who is a Columbus Crew player. Here, Caleb Porter shouting, use the midfielders there from the bench over the top. Luis Diaz, great first touch to get around Pedersen, and now fires it all the way through.
Well, it's a great little move here. As the chip comes over and a foul, and that would have been a penalty. But I'm okay with playing on there, seeing it on the second one. Of course, the slow-mo always adds a little bit to the theatrics.
Celarayán, great turn there, and he skips around a second player, takes the bump from Amaya. Free kick since, or Columbus rather, in a good position.
He's lively. He really is. Just when the ball is at his feet, he has...
Przemysław Tytoń getting himself set in Cincinnati's goal. Can Celarayán deliver a special moment here in still the opening days of MLS is back in Orlando? Big bodies are forward for Columbus here as well to try to cause some chaos in front of Tytoń. Celarayán! Club record transfer fee. Great moment. MLS is back.
Seen a golazo in this tournament. Eat your heart out, Alexi. Look at this. In off the post. The sharp angle he takes here disguises it, means Tytoń can't guess and cheat, and that is a thing of beauty. Perfection. Around the wall, it is dipping, kiss off the post, a chef's kiss, and it is 1-0 to the Crew.
LR Room likes it on the other side. But they need the ball to do it. Nagbe skipping away from Medunjanin. The man they called the fixer in Portland, handing it off, roll through, Gyasi Zardes. Miss. Boy, they just sliced Cincinnati up there. And goals 3 minutes apart, Crew in total control.
Well, John, I'm not even sure they sliced them open. The gates were wide open for the Columbus Crew. Look how easy this is. Defensive shape right now. Abdul Salam is completely out of position. You see him there, the right back. Then Kendall Waston, he can't close down the gap. Gyasi Zardes does a great job here. Really clever run. Look at him backing up, creating space to open it up for that pass to his feet. First touch in the back of the net. This is excellent from Gyasi Zardes. Just the composure in front of goal, seeing the development in his game, in this part of his game, finishing. Tytoń could do nothing about it there. Crew 2-0. FC Cincinnati, what type of response? Not a good one.
Was Gyasi Zardes saying he's going to get better service this year. He needs to continue to find himself in good spots, and he wants him to be, and Alex, we talked about it earlier, he wants him to be that consistent 20-goal scorer.
Guys, we gotta go.
Well, he's showing that he has the ability to do that. The way, yes, he does need the ball in the right spots, but Rob, defender, he makes the run, inside run off the center backs. His movement, I would say, has been the greatest improvement I've seen in his game over the past couple of seasons. The finishing, you can see he's working on that as well, but if you're making the right runs, you're getting in the right spots, you're going to score more often than not. And look at top scoring Americans in Major League Soccer. Is 9 ahead of Chris Wondolowski, Major League Soccer's best ever goal scorer.
And listen, people might have some opinions on Gyasi Zardes, but clearly he has the faith and trust of Greg Berhalter, his coach with the Crew, and his coach with the national team. This is an interesting one. So that's his 30th net trade a couple of years ago, made him the centerpiece striker for this Columbus team, and talk about that maybe aren't lights out in their first year. That's how you used to do it. And Minnesota had a phenomenal third year. They followed the blueprint of Portland that had a phenomenal third year. Is Luis Diaz the way wide across the face of goal. Portland followed the blueprint of RSL, who a bit of a slow burn. Both RSL and Portland won the title in their 5th year. The end of the space, Luis Diaz. Here they come. Awful flying forward off his one side. Artur to the inside of him. Zardes now furthest forward. And that just barely missed. Boy, Diaz has no problem taking shots from any angle.
He's feeling confident, isn't he?
And he's getting closer.
He's not holding back. This one is a little bit closer. He's got the run outside from Awful. It means Garza can't close him down. And Cincinnati are backing off. He says, okay, I'll have a shot from here. That one was closer than it initially looked. Get a great view here from behind the goal. Teton early.
That's pretty aggressive.
Get the oatmeal in and changes your whole routine, your pregame meal.
Bad giveaway there. Here's a good chance for Cincinnati at the end of the half to change this story. Reggaeton as Mane running off his right. Reggaeton cutting it back on Jonathan Mensah. Reggaeton comfortable, was a comfortable stop, and then Room had to clean it up. His 3rd save of the half.
Honestly, that might be one of the hardest questions you've ever asked me. Here's Reggaeton.
Only took us back 6 years. Diaz forced out of there. Back up for Zardes now. Pedersen stronger than him, able to keep it on the first challenge of Diaz, able to keep it away from Zardes. Madunian in now. Can Cincinnati go in transition? Mane trying to run in there. Room is all the way out. Room's got to get it right. Mane's back to the ball. Room got to touch in, and it breaks down.
Well, Room gets it right in the end, but he almost made a meal of that. It's a trademark pass from Madunian, and look at this ball. Diagonal over the top of Keita into the path of Kekuta Mane. Just tries to flick it around Room and just gets enough on it there with a little...
Because of Kendall Waston. Forward and Room trying to get himself set. Look at all the traffic that's going to be around him. This one is swung in. Pedersen trying to get there. He committed a foul on Artur. And that should be the end of the first half. I was really concerned the way he came off. Zelarayan crossing in. Gyasi Zardes has the 3rd for Columbus. His 2nd. And it is an absolute rout for the Columbus Crew.
But a beautiful route at that. I mean, this ball from Zelarayan, he had the fantastic strike for the free kick on the goal. Now look at this ball. I mean, there's no pressure on the ball whatsoever. So much time and space. Pick your head up. Gyasi Zardes running across off the shoulder of Kendall Waston. Was he offside? That'll be interesting to see, because it looks like he's really close here. But what a pick out. I mean, that's exactly it. It's draining. It is draining on a team to know that everybody already the way that the expectations for your team are based on last season, based on this season. And then you come out and you have this new momentum going. You have a new coach, and then all of a sudden...
Zelarayan thought about it, cutting it back into Maya. Jimenez in for Mokhtar Yunus. Mokhtar, there's the 4th. Getting better and better for Columbus, getting worse and worse for Cincinnati. Yunus Mokhtar. 4-0 for the Crew, and a bad night for FC Cincinnati, and they still got a half hour to play.
I mean, it's woeful from FC Cincinnati. They've mailed it in. Just absolutely stopped playing now. And the Columbus Crew, it is so easy. 60 minutes in. Look at this. No pressure on the ball whatsoever. 2 or 3 passes. This is about the 4th shot in the last 5 minutes that the Crew have had. Mokhtar just bends this one away from Teton. Absolutely no chance. No pressure on the ball once again. 4-0. This one could be 5, maybe even 6 tonight.
In goals from a year ago. Scored the opening goal of the season for Cincinnati at Red Bull Arena.
Let's see if he can one-up Zelarayan with the strike he had in the first half.
Eloy Room getting himself set. Has not had a ton to do since early on in this one. And Cruz can't get it past the traffic.
There's his own play. It's clearly evident, and Yapstam hasn't had enough time to really implement that with his players, but he might be looking at this and rethinking what he wanted to do with this roster. Is he even going to have an opportunity to do it this season?
Ismail Elfath mercifully with the final.